Since E3 2017, all I've been hearing is the Xbox One X will be more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro and will have the better games. Now, here's the thing about that. Better games. When you're talking about better games, are you talking about first party or third party? Are you talking about the better resolution of games? The better frame rates of games? Because you can't possibly be talking about the better quality of the story of a game. Because that's where the Xbox falls very, very short. Because when it comes to third party titles, we're getting the same quality of story. You might have a boost in resolution, boost in frame rate, but you're going to have the same game as we will. When it comes to first party titles, that's where you fall short again. You just fall short, period. Because the story to Halo is not as deep as the story to Uncharted. The story to Gears is not as deep as the story to Infamous. The story to Rise is nowhere near the story of The Last of Us. You see where I'm going with this, right? When it comes to storytelling, games on the Xbox fall short. First party titles, second party titles fall short. When I say second party titles, I'm talking about Remedy and Quantum Break. The story was not that good. And for people to sit back and say it's the best story and all of that, stop trolling. I can't make it through 30 minutes of this game without wanting to go to sleep. Um, since I've gotten my Xbox One S, I just watch Netflix or YouTube. I have Gears of War 4. I have the whole entire Gears franchise on the Xbox One S. I have Rise, Son of Rome. I have Quantum Break. I haven't finished either one of them. I think I've gotten further in Rise than in any of the three. But when it comes to PlayStation, I have Horizon Zero Dawn. I have Hellblade. I have Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, which those are last gen games. And I've beaten Heavy Rain on the PS3. I just got it to play Beyond Two Souls because it came out during you know what I'm saying, the wake of the PS4. I've played so many first party franchises on on the PlayStation period. God of War, Uncharted, um Infamous, uh it's just other it's so much, so many. If I have to look through my trophy list to tell you. And I've played a lot of third party titles, but the first party titles is what you know what I'm saying, has the better quality, period. And this is what you expect from first party developers, to give you something better than the third party developers. Little Big Planet, fun game, good experience, good quality game. Metal Gear, good quality game, good experience. Now, granted, Metal Gear 5 is a um is a third party title now, but Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid, those games were only on PlayStation. Metal Gear Solid 2 came out on the original Xbox. From right, Metal Gear Solid 3, which is held as the best one of the entire series, came out on the original Xbox. But it came out late, very late. It wasn't a day, it didn't release the same day and date as it did on the PlayStation 2. God of War, the first three games, has just a great story. You know, plot twists and all of that. Great gameplay, you know. Yeah, it has some quick time events, but guess what? It does quick time better than anybody. You know, the panning of the camera, the zoom in, the zoom out. Oh my God. You know, God of War, you know, Sony Santa Monica Studios are geniuses. They're true artists. Whereas the quality of the games on the Xbox, well, when I played Gears of War 1 and 2 and I beat them back in the day, I would expect Gears of War 4 to be somewhat similar but be different. It's not. It's not. Rise is a new game. Can't call it a franchise. Can't call it a series because it's only one game. Guess what? It's boring. Let's say Dead what's that Dead Rising started on the Xbox 360. Boring. Dead Rising 2, fucking boring. Dead Rising 3, maybe the better of the four games because 4 is fucking boring. Um I now last generation I give Microsoft some credit because they had snagged the rights to Saints Row. The first Saints Row was a good game. Crackdown which is their one of their first party studio titles, which is not really their first party studios because you know all three games have been developed by three different developers. Maybe that's what's wrong with 3. Maybe that's what's wrong with 2. But the first Crackdown was the best. They even had Mass Effect, the very first Mass Effect, but it didn't. It did get released on the PlayStation 3 later on. But you know they Lost Odyssey, Lost Planet. These games started on the 360 first, BioShock, you know, and then got ported over to the PlayStation 3. But well, not Lost Odyssey, but you know the rest of them started on the Xbox. But those guys don't play single player games that much. They just love the multiplayer aspect. And Call of Duty is their bread and butter. Halo is their bread and butter. Gears of War is their bread and butter. They can't say Forza is because they don't really support Forza that hard. Now Forza Horizon, it's got some support, but Forza is what was the main focus of the series. Just like Gran Turismo. I don't know. You guys tell me what, you know what I'm saying, has better quality. I want to know what you guys think. Drop your comments. If you don't like what I just said, drop your comment below. Dislike it. I'm out.